What if I told you that the greatest power you possess is something you use every single day, often without realizing it? It's not money. It's not talent. It's not your background or your circumstances. The greatest power you have is the power of choice. Every day you wake up, life presents you with choices. You can choose to stay where you are, or you can choose to grow. You can choose to complain about your problems, or you can choose to become stronger because of them. Unlike animals that live purely on instinct, human beings have been given the extraordinary ability to design their future. You can imagine a life that does not yet exist, and then begin building it. But here's the truth most people never realize. Your life right now is the result of the choices you made yesterday, and the life you will live tomorrow will be the result of the choices you make today. Great leaders, innovators, and dreamers throughout history understood this principle. They didn't choose easy paths. They chose paths that would demand the best version of themselves. Because the greatest goals in life are never easy. They challenge you. They stretch you. They force you to grow into someone you were not before. The real question is not whether success is possible. The real question is, what will you choose? Let's talk about something everyone experiences on the road to success. Frustration. You start a journey. You put in the effort. You work harder than you ever have before. And yet, the results don't show up immediately. That moment is where most people quit. They say, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. But what if the problem isn't your ability? What if the only problem is that you haven't reached your yet? You may not have succeeded yet. You may not have achieved your goal yet. But every day you continue pushing forward, something is happening. You are becoming stronger. You are becoming wiser. You are becoming more resilient. Progress is not always visible. Sometimes the progress is happening inside you. And the people who eventually succeed are not always the most talented. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. Because quitting is rarely a sudden decision. It begins long before the moment you stop. It begins the moment you start preparing to quit. The moment you start telling yourself, I'll try, but if it gets too hard, I can always stop. That mindset creates a back door. And if there's a back door, eventually, you'll use it. The people who win in life remove that option. They burn the boats. They decide that no matter how difficult the journey becomes, they will keep moving forward. Because when quitting is no longer an option, your mind begins searching for solutions instead of excuses. One of the biggest reasons people stay stuck in life is not because they lack opportunity. It's because they are afraid to make decisions. They fear making the wrong choice. They fear failing. They fear being judged by others. But here is the reality. Not making a decision is still a decision. When you avoid choosing your path, life chooses it for you. And most of the time, life will choose comfort, routine, safety. But greatness rarely exists inside comfort. Every successful person you admire reached where they are because they made bold decisions. Decisions that didn't guarantee success. Decisions that came with uncertainty. But they understood something powerful. Your life is a story, and you are the author. Every decision you make writes the next chapter. The question is, when someone reads the story of your life, will it inspire them? Will it move them? Will it make them say, that was a life worth living? Or will it be a story filled with hesitation and missed opportunities? Because the truth is, you only get one autobiography. Make sure it is a story worth reading. One of the greatest obstacles people face is not the future. It's the past. Maybe you made mistakes. Maybe you failed. Maybe someone told you that you weren't good enough. And those memories can become chains that hold you back. But successful people understand something different. They do not use the past as an excuse. They use it as fuel. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every failure becomes preparation. Because your past does not define your future. It only provides the raw material from which you can build it. Think about it. The most powerful comeback stories in history were written by people who refused to let their past decide their destiny. They made a different decision. They chose growth. They chose responsibility. They chose action. Because the future is not created by wishing for better days. It is created by powerful action in the present moment. Right now, today, this very moment. Every action you take today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. Another powerful truth about success is this. No one succeeds completely alone. Human beings are deeply connected. We influence each other. We inspire each other. Sometimes all it takes to change someone's life is seeing what is possible. When someone from your background rises, when someone with your struggles succeeds, something inside you awakens. You realize, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That's why surrounding yourself with the right people is so important. Energy spreads. Mindset spread. Ambition spreads. If you surround yourself with people who dream big, who take action, who refuse to settle, you will begin thinking differently. You will begin acting differently. And before you realize it, your life will start moving in a completely different direction. But let's be honest about something. Greatness is not free. There is always a price. Success may cost you time. It may cost you comfort. It may even cost you relationships with people who cannot walk the same path. Not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your growth. And that's okay. Because the path to greatness was never meant to be crowded. Another truth many people misunderstand is motivation. People wait for motivation before taking action. But in reality, motivation usually comes after you start moving. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. And the people who achieve great things are not always the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. They show up when they feel like it, and they show up when they don't. Finally, there is one last challenge we all face. Our own minds. Overthinking can become a trap. You think about what might go wrong. You think about what people might say. You think about every possible outcome, until you become stuck in a cycle of worry. But sometimes clarity does not come from thinking more. It comes from thinking less. Imagine a muddy pool of water. If you keep stirring it, the water stays cloudy. But if you leave it alone, the mud slowly settles, and the water becomes clear. Your mind works the same way. Sometimes the best thing you can do is stop fighting every thought. Take a breath. Step back. Allow your mind to become quiet. Because when the noise fades, you begin to see your path clearly. And when that moment comes, you face the same question we started with. What will you choose? Because your future is not waiting somewhere far away. It is being created right now, with every choice you make. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is making a decision that will change their entire life. Someone is choosing to wake up earlier. Someone is choosing to start that business. Someone is choosing to chase a dream that everyone else said was impossible. And the only difference between them and everyone else is a decision. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing, just a decision. A decision to stop waiting. A decision to stop doubting. A decision to finally believe that their life can become something greater. Because the truth is, the perfect moment never arrives. There will always be obstacles. There will always be fear. There will always be people who doubt you. But none of those things have the power to stop you. unless you give them that power. The moment you decide to take control of your life, everything begins to change. Your mindset changes, your habits change, your direction changes, and slowly, day by day, your entire life begins to transform. So if you are watching this right now, take this moment as your sign, your signal, your reminder that the future you want is not out of reach. It is simply waiting for one thing, your decision, because the power to change your life has always been inside you. All you have to do is choose.